I told my math teacher about my mother, and she got arrested. I got my 13-year-old brother after school yesterday and we went to see my math teacher. I didn't tell him all the details, but I told him my mother wanted to put a device on me to keep me from having sex, and my brother and I showed him the healed burn things like you guys suggested. At first he wanted to call our mom, but that actually made my brother cry in fear, so he didn't because I told him I'd run away and call the police if he did. He called a bunch of people, and about an hour later the police and a bunch of other people showed up. Apparently they'd already been suspicious about our neighborhood. They talked to us away from each other and I had to tell several people what happened. There was one lady who I told everything real specific. She was very nice and didn't make me feel ashamed at all. We went back home with them and I showed the police where my mother kept drugs that I'm pretty sure were illegal. She wasn't there, but all my other 6 siblings who are homeschooled were. Then they went down the street to where my mom and our preacher were, and I don't know what happened, but they arrested her, I think, for drugs and other stuff, and someone else whose house they were at because they were doing drugs, I think. That's what they usually do, but not the preacher. I think they're gonna look into it though. There were a bunch of people and police who talked to all of us more, and eventually they took us to a place where they said we'd stay for now. Like a shelter or something. I should have done this years ago. I feel really bad because I could have had my siblings taken better care of. I don't really know what's happening or gonna happen, but the place I'm in now is way cleaner than I'm used to, and we have clothes and stuff and food, and we don't have to watch toddlers anymore. They weren't happy when they figured out stuff like the burns and that my 11 and 10-year-old sisters can't read at all. They also weren't very happy with our house, I could tell. I hope we don't have to go back. And I hope it's okay to post this. Even though I don't need advice anymore. Thank you to everyone who helped me. The R legal advice community would like to welcome our guests from R, all and/or R popular. We are glad you are visiting. There are a few things you should know before you post here. We lock update posts that do not contain additional questions. There are 2 reasons for this. First, this is a forum for legal advice, and if none is sought, none will be offered. Second, those posts were moderating nightmares filled with off-topic ranting and pointless arguments. We welcome update posts, particularly when a poster reports that they used our advice successfully. Even when they are locked in our legal advice, there is almost always a discussion of the update in our best of legal advice for your popcorn needs. Nothing here constitutes the formation of an attorney-client relationship. This is not a substitute for an informed local attorney. At best, the advice herein assists the posters in taking the first step toward resolving their legal issue. We are not a popcorn sub. We remove posts and ban posters who do not participate in good faith. We lock posts that meander off topic, devolve into pointless bickering, or result in too many reports to the mods. This is not to say that there isn't entertainment to be found here, indeed that is why most of us became involved in the law. It is fun. And when justice results, it is rewarding as well. Our rules are in the sidebar to your right. They are available in detail here, and our wiki is here. For those of you who want more popcorn and fewer vegetables, we invite you to visit our sister subs R, Best of Legal Advice, and R, Legal Advice Off Topic. Shitposting and brigading will earn you a permanent ban. We respond to the situation at hand and the laws that apply. This is not the place to grind your political axe or talk about what you think the law should be. If you want to change the law, get involved in local politics. Personal anecdotes are not useful. This is not the place to talk about how once your sister's roommate got out of a ticket by doing X. The fact that you have an anecdotal counterexample is not proof that the advice offered is wrong. This is legal advice, not moral advice. Sometimes we have posts on hot-button issues such as abortion, child custody, rape, racial prejudice, sexism, and so on. People come here to learn about their legal options. Advice relating to their immortal souls can be found elsewhere on Reddit, online, and at local mosques, churches, temples, and philosophy departments. Sometimes, however, legal advice is indistinguishable from life advice. Thank you for visiting our sub. We hope you enjoy your time here and consider subscribing. Location Bot 4.0 GitHub. Coming soon, statistics report issues.